Hello, anybody who's watching this, welcome to my reaction to Rainfurrest Q&A. It's gonna come out hopefully after Rainforest if I didn't mess it up already. Because by my estimation, yesterday was supposed to be Rainforest. And now I thought I wasn't able to go to sleep. So I'm recording this at 5 a.m. 5. Well, it just become 5:11. Became. So did he subscribe picture instead of this one? Okay. Anyway, it's Rainforest Q&A. After recording the Dashcon one, I want to do it, and I want to do the Costa Concordia one because I think he was talking about it in the Costa Concordia Yeah, I was correct. Costa Concordia video, but apparently there's no such thing on his second channel on Incognito mode. So I don't know if he maybe never did it or deleted it. I don't know. So, and nah, who cares? If you're still watching the intro for some reason, I might as well say it. I watched a pretty cool reaction to Costa Concordia by a guy who is a captain or with experience of being a captain on ships, and he gave his own thoughts about what happened in Costa Concordia. Well, you know what I mean. And in the comments, I saw Internet Historian reaching out to him saying that he's gonna do another video soon, probably about something similar. And so they collab, so it will be more accurate because they learned it on while researching. They learned about things while researching, and that was pretty cool. And that guy is a very small channel. It's about, I think it has less subs than I do, but I feel it's more interesting to watch his channel, maybe. I guess people are here, right? You are here, aren't you? If you are here, tell me in the comments below. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, Rainforest. I'm doing this. Nobody asked me to do this. I just want to do it myself. But if you have a video that you want me to do, to react to, you can leave it in the donation. You can leave me you can use the donation link in the description below. Jesus Christ, I did it like 100 times at this point, and I still fuck it up. It's been 3 minutes and video didn't start. Time to change that.
So, hello. I'm Internet Historian, and I'm joined today by Internet Azure-storian.
How's it going, everybody?
Tell us something about yourself.
Oh, what's that?
Feel like I'm in middle school or something.
Yeah, no troll. So Internet Azure-storian, he's helping me on some of the new projects. He does video editing. We collaborated together on the meme inside of video, and I figured, not enough videos have been coming out lately. That's too slow. So best way to speed things up is by having a second person come along. And
now he has a whole team,
good editor,
I think.
And he's got a good sense of humor, so I figured this would be a good way to keep the channel growing. So, any more personal details you'd like to share, Zer?
I mean, yeah, that was a great intro for me. Probably better than I deserve. If you don't want to call me the Zer-storian, you can call me Blake. I'm cool with that. Knowing your audience, they'll probably figure out my name anyways, whether I want them to or not. So, yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Cool, man. Cool. About 2 months ago, I released this video, The Failure of Rainfurrest. And, whenever I make a video like this, there's always tons of content that needs...
Maybe because then P&A for Costa Concordia is still gonna come out. If it's 2 months away. I think it's been about 2 months since Costa Concordia came out, so maybe they're working on it. Maybe they're working on it right now. I don't know. We'll see.
To be cut out for the sake of
Only
time and brevity. So there's usually a lot to talk about afterwards as well. So I'm going to do another DashCon Q&A essentially for Rainfurrest, and here it is. So let's just start from the top and start going through some of people's questions.
Cool, yeah. So the first one that came up a lot across all the different sort of platforms are, do you personally hate furries?
No, I don't. I don't hate furries.
Okay, same.
Do you hate furries?
I mean, that's a tough question. I've
Sounds
never
like a
actually
yes.
dealt with them in person. I will
Same.
say that online it's very hard for me to look at anything that they produce for more than like 2 seconds without having to look away.
Yeah, no, look. Some people saw my video as a bit of an attack on the community. I hate it when people describe themselves as a community. But I know I've got nothing against them. We've got on the Discord mods and patrons who are furries, and they keep to their side of the fence, and I keep to mine, you know, and we stay out of each other's way, and everything goes just fine. There was a ton from the video that I just kept editing and taking out because I wanted it to be as neutral as possible. It wasn't a critique of furries. It was, here's this event, and here's it going terribly wrong. And
Yeah,
also
he wasn't.
furries are involved.
There wasn't.
And
wasn't even.
that was the crux of it. It wasn't supposed to be like.
Fuck. It's difficult to talk because it's 5 a.m. There weren't any jokes that were like digs at furries themselves. That like as individuals, it was more like it was all about the event. So I don't know how people saw it as an attack. It's just being defensive over it. It's kind of making you do this sort of thing.
Here's an example of how fucking degenerate all the furries are. But some people did see it that way, but that was the best I could do to be as neutral as possible.
All right, so I guess the
I
next
think
question
you
that
got
we can
a good
segue
job.
to here is, a lot of people are asking about the guy that was sending letters and putting diapers on cars. Is there any sort of clarifying information you want to give to the
What's
loyal
the
viewers
Saboteur?
out there that want to know more information about this mysterious figure?
In the video that you see where that guy is saying, don't you post that video, mister? That guy, he gives a little conference where he goes over all the details of what went wrong at the convention and why it no longer exists. And in it, he says, I know who is responsible, but legally he can't say because he's like 99% sure, but
No
responsibly he can't just say because he maybe he's wrong or he's got no evidence to back him up.
Yeah, no evidence, so he can be
There are little clues
liable
around the
for
place
slander.
that can tell you who it is. I know who he's talking about. I think you could also figure it out if you started doing a little digging, but I'm not going to say who it is. I'll say this.
Okay.
In some way, they do feature in the video, but I can't be more specific than that.
Okay.
But
Fair
from there,
enough.
it's a Where's Waldo type of a deal for the
Yeah, and it might not
that want to know more.
yeah, it might not be how you suspect.
Cool. All right, I'm not going to pretend that this is my most graceful segue ever, but the good people of Spokane, Washington, I think want an apology after this video. I think you pronounced it Spokane,
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah,
Is
they
there
can go
anything you-
fuck themselves. It's Spokane.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, you guys can.
I mean, if you're gonna live in the middle of nowhere, you can be wrongly pronounced. It's your own fault.
Sorry, guys. That's the best you're gonna get. All right. Speaking of people
looks
that
like
seem to be
Spokane,
out
so-
in the middle of nowhere, people that don't know who they are the. Some people want to know, how self-aware do you think that the people attending this convention are? I mean, you have the man singing Evanescence. Do you think that he realizes what he's doing, or, no pun intended, is this just sort of the nature of the beast?
That guy, I'll say one thing. He's got a good voice on him. For a
Yeah.
song that has a female lead to it, he
That's
can hit
their
the
fault.
note.
I didn't even realize that was a guy.
And he's also in an environment where people are going to cheer him on. You could imagine it to be karaoke, right? People get up and they sing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and everyone cheers. It's like you wouldn't.
I didn't realize two things. I realized one when I was watching somebody else's reaction. But first of all, I didn't realize that it was a guy, which now I know, and I didn't realize that was there a dress or something, maybe a skirt, and it was pixelation under the belt part. I didn't see it when I was watching it. But it's the magic of the videos. You can watch them multiple times and then find new stuff.
You wouldn't go, this guy's a big
I would
dumb
recommend
idiot.
for this
'Cause
video,
he's
but
singing
still.
"Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and that's, you know, that's a Cyndi Lauper song. How could you do? You know,
I mean, who's not guilty of that though?
yeah, exactly in the
I would,
shower. Or
I would
whatever.
love to go
I
to
don't know,
karaoke
I
with
don't
a
think
friend.
there's a whole lot of self-awareness to be had. I think it's like that's their environment and they're just having fun.
Okay, so here, the transition questions here. I'm going to
That's a stupid thing to say, but if you want to help me, my birthday coming up, it's in a month, and I want to go to bowling arena. I think it's called a bowling club. There are whole two of them in my town, but if you can help me with money, which I think it's about, maybe it's $10. I don't know. I shouldn't have said
throw
anything.
in a bit of a transition.
Just recommend me videos,
We've
that's
got
enough.
a question coming up, but I feel like there's an
I'll
opportunity
decide what to do
here
with the money.
for an extra question. Out of all the conventions that you have covered in your videos, which one do you think has been the biggest disaster?
Well, of the ones that I've covered so far, I think DashCon was a much bigger disaster, all things considered.
Because it
Rainfurrest
stole
was
money.
ruined by a couple of people, and actually, although there won't be a second one, not a second one, it's like the 10th one or something. There were a lot of people who didn't even realize that anything bad was happening. They were at this festival and they're like, "Yeah, fuck, that was pretty great." You know, business
probably in
as
a
usual
hotel.
sort of event. See you next year. But with
On an
DashCon, it was like
in an
everybody
orgy.
knew that it was fucked up the whole way through, and you really felt it. So I think
I would agree that DashCon is more fucked up. Well, I've seen 3 videos. Maybe Fire Festival was more fucked up. I don't know if he did Fire Festival at this point in time. But I think DashCon, because it was sabotaged by their own team, but by the people who made the fucking con. While the Rainfurrest, I hate saying that, was by like maybe a random person, maybe like a friend of. I can't remember the word. Friend of somebody who was in charge. I don't know. Acquaintance maybe.
that's got to be the worst of the two. So, but those aren't the only festivals that I'm covering, which is a very nice sequitur into my next video, which is Fire Festival. That's coming soon, so don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. And okay, I'm not going to do that whole routine.
I already seen it,
and I think
and the
that
reaction's
is
gonna
by
come out
far the biggest disaster. I'm
tomorrow
not saying that as
for
like
you.
a promo, because hey guys, make sure you check out the video.
Unless
It's
I fuck it up.
No, there's a
And
guy
release
up
this
on
after
criminal
that, I don't know.
charges, and everybody got sent home.
What's the
early,
date? 29th?
And
No, I should be fine.
they're currently being sued for $100 million plus a bunch of other lawsuits. So it's a pretty big disaster. I think it might be the worst festival that's ever happened. So I don't know, maybe
Festival?
that'll be the end of the festival series, because there's not going to be much more to top it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you hear that? You guys better smash that subscribe button. I wanna yell that, but there's people sleeping in my apartment right now that aren't me, so I can't yell that. But smash that subscribe button as quietly as you can.
100,000 likes. Can we do 100,000 likes?
But make sure that you smash it quietly enough not to wake up anybody.
There's nobody here.
Gently.
I'm always alone.
Under heel, like a Japanese woman crushing a kitten's head.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're going for.
Fuck, that took a dark turn. Let's
get something back more positive.
let's pull a U-turn and
Actually, let's go even darker into this whole the worst thing possible behind the meme. He's made a video addressing Harold. I feel like you owe your thoughts to people out there now that your face on the internet has been taken by behind the meme.
Yeah.
Some people out there that might not be initiated, you might want to fill them in on who behind the meme is first.
Yeah, right, okay. So
I know a bit, I never
first,
watched his videos.
Rip in peace me. Let's quick moment of silence. Fuck, did you hear that? I'm not sure if you. I'm not sure if the mic picked that up, but the exact moment I just said "moment of silence," a Mr. Whippy or like an ice cream van went by and just rang his little bell.
Oh, that's what that
That was
was?
perfect.
I hope your
I
audio
heard it,
picked-
I
your
think.
mic better pick that up.
Moment of silence. A moment of silence. Did you
Ding.
hear that? I'm not sure if you.
In the distance, okay.
That was perfect.
I hope your your mic better pick that up.
I really, yeah, we'll crank it up and see if you can hear it.
A little bit.
Anyway, if you
Barely
haven't
heard.
heard of Behind the Meme, here's a quick 5-second sample.
Hello, Internet,
Yes,
and
I know this
welcome
part.
to Behind the Meme.
And this voice.
Today we have a look at Hide the Pain Harold.
There you go. Yes, so as the legend goes, with if he makes a video about you, you will die within 7 days. So it's just like the ring. So I'm dead, and it's very sad. But I think he is too, because I've been, I'm a loyal fan. I subscribe to his channel, of course, and he hasn't posted anything in like 3 weeks. And he used to make 3 videos a week, so I'm not sure what the fuck's going on. But also his views on like his latest videos are like 100,000. I don't know. Maybe he's taking a bit of a break. Maybe he's trying a different format. In terms
Maybe
of
he has a
reply,
million channels like
I
you
won't be coming out with a
in the future,
track,
I guess, because this
if
video
that's what
came
you're
out
trying to imply.
in 2018 in June.
I'm not quite sure what else to say, Zerstorin. Did you have any thoughts?
I don't know. I guess for me, I think something inside me feels like you're going to be able to rebound. Maybe after 3 days under the ground, you might resurrect again. Who knows? An interesting thing to point out about Behind the Meme is that he's one of the rare channels that can actually seem to kill trends. I feel like one of those is like iDubbbz. Yeah, so you've got like iDubbbz who has like the Content Cop series, and for him it almost seems like he's sort of worked up to that point, and he's very like deliberate with who he decides to strike down, where somehow it's almost like Behind the Meme has had the same power bestowed upon him. He wasn't really prepared for it. He like didn't really understand it. I don't think he even really knows he has it, and he just goes around killing people's careers and just done nothing to work to that point.
He's like Superman with the super
Yeah,
strength, but he
was
can't
born
stop crushing women when
Yeah.
he tries to rescue them. Right.
Yeah, so it's like if iDubbbz is Superman, Behind the Meme is like some random Joe Blow who like happened to get Superman's powers, and it's been like 6 months and like weird things are happening and he still doesn't really realize what's going on.
That's great. That's a perfect analogy for his channel. Yeah, because he kills them with love too. So he's like, he's petting the kitty and he goes, "Oh, I love you, YouTube poops," and then just crushes its little head. So what's the next question?
Next question, all right. This one
Is
is
he the one who
circling
killed
back
YouTube
to
poops?
Furrfest here. This one is about
Right.
the minority of a group, specifically
enjoy
the one at Furrfest,
white beats.
ruining something for the majority when really, the majority is just sort of doing their thing.
Well, it's absolutely true. I mean, it was one of the most common comments, except for gas the furries or where's a school shooter when you need him. It sounds like a few people ruined it for everyone, and really that's what happened. I do also think that that's compounded with some mistakes by the side of the staff.
Okay. Isn't this just how Twitter works? Like, something would come out, maybe like a game, or not come out, but will be in development, but then like, I don't know, like feminists will scream one thing, and then for some reason the developers who would release in the games that feminists probably will never play changes the game to oblige their concerns. Like, it's a small group in comparison to like people who would play the game. Feminists are a very small group. they're in a minority in this situation, but somehow they affect the decision making. I have no idea why. It doesn't have to be feminist. It's just like one of the examples when just an obvious one when they scream that women in games are over sexualized or some stuff like that. Even though men in video games are over sexualized as well, but it's men. Who cares? But women though, women is a bad. Sexy women bad. I don't. It just pent up aggression on my side. I'm sorry.
So they didn't have apt security. They didn't communicate with the hotel well enough. They didn't nip some problems in the bud, and they sort of you know they knew about the drug problem for a few years, and they just kept letting it escalate rather than going, hey, don't fucking do any drugs or you'll never come back. You know, putting their foot down. Listening to a lot of the audio tapes and feedback and also just doing research.
Visible.
It seemed to me like they had a real soft attitude on any sort of discipline. It was like it didn't matter how badly you behaved, you could have another chance. It didn't matter, you know, what rule you broke, no matter how many times you were told not to break it. If you appealed, you'd get a slap on the wrist. And I think that's sort of the essence of you know, years of doing that is what led to Rainfurrest 2016.
That is sort of I guess an interesting thing to think about. I'm not really a con person. I've never been to cons, but running a con, it's sort of it's a delicate balance that you have to strike between being willing to kick people out to
I would assume so.
Sort of hold up a standard, and at the same time wanting people to come back and making an environment where people can feel like they're free to do whatever. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's sort of it's a complicated issue, but even it looks like here they made nothing but the wrong decisions in this case.
Yeah, I think so. And it's funny. I've got on the Discord, we've got like almost 10,000 people now, and not that I could ever plan a convention or anything, but I do think there are some analogs there, and it's like you do feel like one of the main rules is if you're gonna set something as a boundary, you have to keep to it.
Yes.
So if you say, hey, you know, if you do this, then you're gonna get banned or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you've got to stick to it. Otherwise, no one will follow the rules after a little while.
Yes. All right, I've got one more question before we wrap up here.
Right.
Or if someone gets special treatment.
I feel like we need some clarification.
Question: why was that?
And some extra tidbits on the chlorine bombing, because that, even for this video, seems a little intense.
Okay, so I think eventually this will be a video in and of itself. But
okay, I know what this is about.
Sorry, I keep hearing text messages in the background because I'm very popular. So people text message me all the time. I get lost. There was an event in 2014 where it wasn't a Hilton, it was another hotel. This isn't to do with Rainfurrest, but essentially someone spilled a bunch of chlorine into one of the stairwells, and it got into the ventilation, and it caused a bunch of irritations. People went to hospital.
Oh shit!
And it was thought for a short time that maybe it was a terrorist event.
An honest mistake to make for any sort of furry get-together.
Yeah, exactly. What do we do? There are too many suspects. Yeah. I think, like, it's a super interesting story, and I've really wanted to tell it, and I've done a lot of research on it, but the problem I'm having, the reason I haven't brought it to you yet, is because it doesn't go anywhere. It's like, so... lay out what I have in another video at some point, but it comes to a complete dead end. So they discover that someone has deliberately smashed what looks like a mason jar full of chlorine and something else.
I'm not sure what mason jar is, but
and then just run for it. And then a bunch of people start getting, you know, hoarse throat and sore eyes and all this sort of stuff. A bunch of them get sent to the hospital. Police come and investigate, and That's it. They never find anyone.
Oh.
There's no suspects. They're not looking into whether there'll be another similar event. You know, they don't say, oh, you know what, it was a janitor all along, they were cleaning a pool and then they didn't want to take responsibility, or there's just nothing. It just stops. And I think I've read probably 3 or 4 dozen articles by this point, seen every piece of video footage you can find, and it's just coming up with nothing. The best article I've seen so far is one by Vice, and even they don't go into any real detail. So I don't know. But it is an interesting story. It is related to furries, but I saw a couple of people in the comments getting confused, thinking that this was one and the same event. These are 2 different events, and they happen years apart. And one is at I think it's Anthrocon, and the other's Rainfurrest. So they're different conventions as well. And I think
if you ever had the opportunity to go down to one of these sort of, if you heard, hey, there's going to be this sort of weird convention happening around yourself, would you take that opportunity to go, or are you only interested in the online aspect of it?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'd get my furry costume and all that sort of stuff so I can
dude.
maintain some anonymity. Then I'd just go there with my little notepad and camera, and yeah, no, absolutely, I'd go. That'd be amazing. And then also I'd be able to do some on-the-ground journalism.
Yeah, but that won't work.
A convention that is destined to fail, please.
If it's around him, I mean.
Yeah.
Because
going to see things in
the
person,
voice is very.
To me, it almost seems like something that you've got to do at least once in your life.
I
go to something super
uncomfortable
uncomfortable that you've heard about before, just to see what it's really like. A personal example for me would be I used to live maybe like an hour and a half drive from Jake Paul's house when he was like in actual news for like starting fires and stuff. Just drive down there to see what it was like, but unfortunately now it's a bit too late. I've moved, and it seems like he's now been either kicked out of his house, or he has to get like a warrant to film in his own house or something. Like, unfortunately, it's too late to stop by his house.
Yeah, I think he's moved. I did see a thumbnail that said something like Team 10 House is moving, ? So I think he has moved house.
He's so annoying, Jake Paul. Still, this video came out pretty much 3 years ago, and he still is annoying as always. He beat Ben Askren. Is that the name? Askren? I think so. In a boxing match, the guy who made career in MMA as a grappler, as a wrestler, beat him in boxing where you can't do those things. Bruh fucking war. And now he screams at everybody in UFC, including Dana White. Like he's gonna beat. He said like, just today I saw this thing where he screamed that he's better. What is it in English? Hitter? Puncher? He's better at punching than like 99% of the UFC, which is bull fucking shit. But he keeps going. I guess until his head gets kicked in, he's gonna keep going. And I hope it happens soon enough. Haven't heard a lot about Logan, only some. Actually, I saw him in WWE on WrestleMania, so that's a different story.
If they move to a neighborhood near you, are you moving in the Team 10 house? Are you that dedicated to your journalistic craft?
No, there's some topics I won't cover. Cats being killed and Jake Paul. Those are my limits. A man has to have his standards.
Alright, to be honest, I've never done this before. So if you people are listening, if this part is kept in, I have no idea how to wrap this up, other than to hand it over to you.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, we just do our signatory sign out, which is signatory sign out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
we just do our usual sign out, which is alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, thumbs up, and fucking hell, I tried that about 8 times and it came out wrong every time. I'm having a stroke. If you enjoyed this
Okay.
video, please leave a thumb likes up. Alright, Brofist. Catch you next time. PewDiePie.
I feel like that's a perfect note to end it on right there.
And then we just leave like some silence. Like a good 4 minutes of silence and black at the end. And then people will stick around to say, oh my god, does something happen at the end of the 4 minutes?
Ah, something did happen. Okay. Why do crocodiles walk so gaily? They walk like they got their nails done or something. Well, they probably can't retract the nails, the claws. It's like try walking on your nails. It's quite uncomfortable. There's a nice answer for you. Okay, it was a solid video, solid Q&A. A bit of everything really. Rainfurrest and just more stuff. Like the chlorine bombing and there was something in the middle. Which one was the biggest disaster? Photon behind the meme, just out of nowhere. That thing, well, oh my god. 2 hiccups in a row, god damn. I thought my inside's gonna come out. Yeah, the chlorine bombing. And the con. Yeah. A bit of Rainfurrest question. Furrest? Doesn't matter. A bit of the Q&A, a proper Q&A, and then a little bit of more stuff. As was with DashCon, so I expected something like this. And a lot of tangents from my side that make this 21-minute video into 32 so far. And I guess I'm gonna stop right here. So, thank you anybody who watched this. I'm sorry everybody who watched this. But I do hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.